Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat. We have a mega announcement. We have our first event. And by the way, it's not a live pod. It's just a place to meet people. It is for LA Tech Week. We're going to give you all the details on how you can be a part of it. And then we got news. Saudi Aramco, record earnings. E-commerce is finally dipping. Anand thinks inflation is over. And we got so much more. And then we got our fellow Kathy we have to help out at the end of the episode. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had a great inflated weekend with overpriced food, overpriced gasoline, overpriced tomatoes, which we'll get into. I forgot one thing I wanted to talk about when I was in Vegas is we were at the convention center and a friend of mine was like, have you taken the Tesla Loop? And I was like, what's the Tesla Loop? And I had, obviously I've heard of it. I didn't know what it was. And I saw that there was a sign that said Las Vegas LVCC station. And we ended up walking downstairs, hopping in a Tesla, and they're like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, oh, where can you go? And they said, you can go, I think, to the North Hall, because we were in the West Hall. Or you can go to Resort World. And I was like, oh, we'll go to Resort World. Get in a Tesla. And I mean, in a matter of minutes, we get literally from Las Vegas Convention Center to Resort World in a tunnel. And I was like, holy shit, Elon Musk is the greatest person ever.
So you got the full Elon experience.
Yes. And like you're in a Tesla. And the best part about the experience actually was the driver, I start asking him obviously a ton of questions. He's like, oh, is this your first time riding? I'm like, yes. And I was like, tell me, who are you? What's your deal? Why are you driving? He's like, I actually do a lot of jobs here. I drive. I help with security on our construction sites. And I'm like, so what's the deal? What's the plan here? He's like, we have 29 miles coming underground of the Las Vegas Strip. It'll connect the entire strip. Eventually, all the cars will be autonomous, so there'll be no drivers. And I was like, that's unbelievable. And by the way, like we had to come above ground for like, I don't know, a minute because it's not fully connected yet. At the speed at which they are building, because it's privatized, is unbelievable. It was a completely free ride.
Yeah.
If you leave the property, apparently it's like, he didn't know, I forgot what he told me, $1 or something like that. And, getting a Uber or taxi in Vegas, one in itself, it's always very crowded. So it's always, it's like a pain. Literally just walk downstairs, boom. I was at Resort World Wally's in like 3 minutes. And it was such an incredible experience.
So what's your kind of takeaway?
The takeaway is we have to privatize more things. The government is incapable of doing at the speed at which Elon Musk is building this thing. I read that whole thing he built so far is $50 million.
Yeah.
$50 million. That's fucking nothing.
I mean, we just passed a $790 billion bill.
Yeah, $50 million. This guy so efficiently built all of these tunnels. It's so cool. Your Wi-Fi, your phone works. It's insane. Like, it is such a from the future experience. Obviously, I kept asking him, like, how does this work when there's like 20,000 cars down here or whatever? And he was like, well, with autonomous cars, there shouldn't be braking. There shouldn't be this. Like, they have the vision clearly. But either way, it's going to remove a lot of traffic off the strip down below. And it's just, our father was in public transportation his whole career and always was big on like the rail system. And he experienced, because he was on the public side and the private side, how frustrating of an experience it was to build, how inefficient they were in spending money. And Elon Musk went to a city that basically said, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
If you're going to pay for it, go for it.
No, I mean, obviously, like the regulation within like cities is insane.
Yeah.
And obviously our father had to deal with all of it, and imagine what he would have been able to accomplish if he was able to like, hey, Elon, you deal with all the fucking nonsense.
Let
just
build.
Our dad just like build.
Yeah. And that's what, when I saw that experience, I was like, I wish you got to see it, because this is what, you know, people who are in that industry, who are civil engineers, who actually genuinely believe in public transportation and the ability to connect cities. It's so like, when I look at like the dysfunction of like LA and how little we've built on the public transportation side and how badly we need it. And then Vegas just basically let this guy run amok. And then, by the way, the other part about it was when I was talking to this employee, the pride at which he was talking about the Boring Company. And I asked him, I'm like, do you make any more money than if you had worked at like the Wynn as a security guard? He's like, yeah, a little bit, but that's not why I work here. Like, I actually believe in it and I want to be a part of it. And he's like, if you work long enough, you get stock. And because I asked him, do you mind telling me how much money you make? He's like, oh, we're not actually allowed to disclose that. I'm like, no worries. And I'm like, give me a comp of like, if you were to work at the Wynn, just doing walk around security. He's like, a little bit more. And I was like, man, the pride at like, I don't know, what Elon Musk is accomplishing. He, you know, if you think about the Boring Company, which I think everyone kind of thought was a joke, is like, that might actually be the best company.
Yeah, no, I think the Boring Company is actually like revolutionary.
Yeah.
I think everything he does is revolutionary. I think the problem is he like engages in these social like media like things that make him feel less serious.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, you're actually a genius. Just chill.
Yeah, I think that's part of the genius, right? Like you have this quirkiness about you that you have to like, and I think it's also like when you keep hearing all the noise, and in this day and age, everyone has a megaphone, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to listen to you.
Right.
I'm going to clap back. How can you just take beatings all day? It's insane.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but it was like a very fascinating experience. You're traveling this week. Where are you going?
Oh, this week. Oh yeah, I'm going to Montana.
You a big Yellowstone guy?
Yeah, I'm going to Yellowstone.
Have you seen the TV show yet?
No.
It is. If you saw the TV show, you would be even more excited about where you're going.
So I'm going to Yellowstone tomorrow morning, and I'm tagging along on a golf trip.
Oh wow!
And I don't know
golf tour.
I don't know how to golf, so
yeah,
I'm probably just hanging out, like chilling. Sid Shaw's going to be there.
Yeah, I saw he's there.
Sid.
I mean, he's the one that put me onto Yellowstone.
So we're gonna meet up for like lunch, dinner, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to do like fake golf Yellowstone.
Are you gonna get lessons?
I have a lesson Tuesday, 4:30 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, you should get a lesson.
Yeah.
You don't want to completely stink it up.
No, I'm gonna jump on the golf cart and I'm gonna roll around, and the other folks that are on the trip take it very seriously.
Most of them probably suck.
No,
they look like
they're
they suck.
actually kind of good.
Which one's good?
Brubaker.
Okay, he plays a lot.
He posted on his Instagram, so I can talk about it.
Yeah.
He played around with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and someone that is like a Scottsdale restaurant guy, and he hit a 67.
Oh wow, that is good.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And he was very proud of himself because he's never hit that before.
Okay. That's interesting because my father-in-law, obviously, is much older. He's 70. His goal every week is to hit his age.
Okay.
So, like, when he hits his age, he's happy.
Yeah.
Because he hits his 70.
No, 67, the guy, Brubaker, who's coming on the trip that I'm going on tomorrow morning, he doesn't even care. He hit 67 it's like the pinnacle. He doesn't give a shit. Like he did it.
His life's over.
His life. He hit it.
That's amazing. Well, that's gonna be fun. Take pictures.
Let's see if Bennifer's there.
Are they supposed to be there?
No, but they own places there.
Well, Bennifer is not together anymore, are they?
I don't know, but
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Okay, I had no idea what Bennifer was.
Yeah, they have a place there.
Okay. Well, who has the house though?
I don't know. Matt Damon's there. I don't know. Tom Brady's in camp, so I won't see him. Let's see.
Bezos is on a boat.
I hope Bezos is there.
Yeah, I feel like he's still on a boat.
He might come back, play a quick 18.
I don't know. After he saw that iRobot purchase, he was like, I don't need to come back. These guys are just buying whatever they want.
No, but I will
You should
report
watch
back.
the freaking show. It's so good. It's so goddamn good.
I will report back if I see any great settings.
Okay. Maybe Kevin Costner.
Yeah, sure.
Let me start the show. And we have a huge announcement. So I've been talking to a lot of people the last 2 weeks. LA Tech Week. And I'm going to like one or two things. And it's funny because like I'll get invites to things and saying, you know, we're doing something for LA Tech Week. We have 1,000 people that RSVP'd, but if you want to come, I'll get you in. And obviously, I know I'm at the top of the heap. I'm going to get invited to whatever that's hot. That's not a big deal.
Is it because you're a big tech CEO now, or
no? I just think I'm, as far as LA is concerned.
Okay.
If it was San Francisco Tech Week, I'm not getting invited to anything. But it's LA, and I would say, as far as LA comes, I'm at the top.
Okay.
So I'm getting invited to events, and it's they're early. They're 5, 6 p.m. And I was listening to all the guys at the Run Club, and they were like, "Oh my God, I RSVP'd. I think it's unclear if I got cleared." Here's what I think what happened was, I don't think anyone expected that LA Tech Week would have such a high response. So that's a good thing. That all the people that are planning events, they plan for 50 people, 100 people max. I think when they put their events out and they just put it out on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, they got 1,000 RSVPs. So I was like, man, that sucks, because some of the people I'm talking to are super talented people that if I were throwing an event, I would want them to come. And they're wondering if they can get in or not. So I was like, you know what? We should throw an event. Group chat, LA Tech Week. I called up our buddy Ryan Tierney. Lo Siento.
He seems like he's partying right now.
Yeah, he's just back from Lake Tahoe. He's on his like Yellowstone golf, whatever. So I was like, hey, can we do something? And he's like, I'm down. So we don't want to publicly announce the venue yet, because
I hope it's when I'm back.
You're back Thursday.
I'm
right?
back Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay. Thursday evening, 6 p.m. We are throwing the best LA Tech Week event. I'm not going to tell you the location. If you want to come, you have to text 310-564-0597. 310-564-0597. We're announcing the event on our social media tomorrow. We came up with an incredible tagline. Welcome to LA, you nerds. LA Tech Week.
I like it. All right, you're going to show up?
Maybe. I'm running audio for an LA Tech Week event this week.
Jesus
so I'm pretty busy.
Dork.
We're trying to build you up.
No, I'll come. I'll be there. Thursday, 6 p.m. I'm there.
Okay, so
Thursday, 6 p.m.
Thursday, 6 p.m. It'll be on the west side. It'll be somewhere in Santa Monica and Venice, because that's where all the events are. We are going to... It's going to be an incredible crowd. It's going to be founders, investors.
Yeah.
You want a lawyer, you want an accountant, you want your next business partner, your next husband, your next wife. I don't know. You're going to find someone there.
I like it.
These are the ground rules, though. I have a ground rule. I'm not going to be like, oh, we're going to go capping the event. Number one, don't be annoying. Okay?
It's a good rule.
If you don't know what that is, that
Don't
means
show
you
up.
are annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get a chance to talk to someone you want to, talk to them for 3 minutes, introduce yourself, give them why you want to talk to them, and move the fuck on.
Right.
Okay. I saw something that was so scary last week that I have to bring it up.
Okay.
I was sitting at the one hotel lobby. Haley and I were just going for a walk. And she was like,
this is in Los Angeles, not Vegas, not
no.
not
We
Magic.
we had a babysitter.
Okay.
We had no plans. And I was like, let's go for a walk. So she hadn't eaten dinner. So I was like, oh, let's just stop wherever. We'll just keep walking. So we walked a few miles. And finally she's like, is the food good at the one? I was like, I don't know. Like Harriet's wasn't open. It was early. So we went to the lobby and we just sat down, just a random chair. I got a glass of wine. She ordered a burger, whatever. Couple sitting next to us. Some lunatic comes up to this guy and goes, oh my God, are you blah, blah, blah? And he goes, yes. And the guy was super nice. Nice to meet you, whatever. Had a couple conversation, like 5-minute conversation. The guy kept coming back. He was like, oh, remember that time you played blah, blah, blah. I think it was like a soccer star or something.
Okay.
And the guy walked away. He goes, oh, wait, how long are you in LA for? This is the best restaurant in LA. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy hasn't just punched this kid yet. Non-stop pestering this guy. And then he goes to the waitress. He's like, buy them whatever they want. Champagne, this, that. And he's like, I'm not drinking. Because he's probably
The
training.
soccer star said that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm having a glass of wine.
Okay.
He's like, no, we got to get him champagne. Bottom of a bottle of champagne. I'm like, he goes, this is the LeBron James of whatever.
Who was it?
I have no idea.
Must be pretty big.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine, so I wasn't paying attention. But he's taking pictures. He's annoying the shit out of him. And I was like, this is the problem with regular people. It's terrible.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, no, I get it.
You can't, you get the opportunity to meet, let's say, your idol. Make it pleasant for them too.
No, I'll give you a pretty good kind of comment. Anthony, dude, bro, manages Kendrick. He manages Nas. He's one of our best friends. I've been around him with the most famous people in the world, and he always says to me, he goes, I can bring you around anyone because you just don't fucking say anything.
Yeah.
You just blend in the background.
Yeah.
And Anthony always says, like, and I've met literally the most famous people in the fucking world because of him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, you just chill.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's okay to say, like, you love them and you...
No, you can't even do that.
Look, the settings you're in are different. I'm saying you saw your favorite person on the street.
Yeah.
Yo, LeBron, I love you. That's cool. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
You just say that and do that. So with all that being said, at the event, you see someone you love, all you have to say is, I like what you do.
And
dap
move the
them
fuck
up
on.
And move the fuck on.
Or don't even say that. Just dap them up and leave.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. I've literally met like some of the most people that I've idolized in my entire life, like Drake. I've met Drake like 3 or 4 times, and I just like, cool.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
And there's Instagram posts of me fanning out to Drake. But like he's one of my like most favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
But I keep it cool.
And so I'm only saying this not to be an asshole. I'm saying this so that you in your life you get to meet and be around the people that you want to be around. And it's like tact in everything you do is so important. Like learn how to like go up to people, introduce yourself, and then move on. And that's it.
Yeah,
keep it simple.
Just move on.
And then you get to say, especially in business, there's so many people that I'm dying to work with always. And I see them out. I go say hi. I will go blindly introduce myself and I'll leave it at that. I don't expect a deal to happen after 15 seconds of meeting me. The 5th time they see me somewhere,
right?
They're like, oh, we met at the group chat LA Tech Week event. Come through. Okay, cool. Like that's how you build a relationship. You're not going to go from meeting someone at an event to like getting them investing you in 3 minutes. It's just not happening.
No.
So don't expect that. Instead, come, enjoy yourself, have fun, have a good attitude, meet people, build relationships, and you could be part. Like, that's the type of community we're creating. We're not trying to like, and I'm only saying this to fucking coach everyone.
No, of course. And like,
I want you guys to succeed.
We've all been in those situations and we've known what works and doesn't work.
Yeah.
And like, what works is being cool.
Chill. Don't be overly aggressive.
No, of course.
And even if you can't handle your liquor, then don't fucking drink. Because a lot of people get drunk and then they just chat. This ain't Oprah.
Right. Yeah.
You know, we're trying to talk to like, it's speed dating, right? Like when you go to an event, you want to meet like 100 people in like 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's it. I want to meet, like, I want to throw this event on Thursday and I want to meet every single person that came for fucking 30 seconds to a minute and say hi and get to know them and to be like, oh, okay, these are the people that are interested.
So what are the rules for Thursday? All right. So we have the event. We already gave this kind of like.
Yeah. I want everyone to come and have fun. That's the first rule. The second rule is like, meet everybody. Don't get hung up talking and like chewing someone's ear off. Like, go meet the whole fucking room.
Right.
You know? And seriously, if drinking is a problem for you, don't drink. Mm-hmm. Simple. Dude, you could meet someone here on Thursday that could change your life. It's that simple. I've gone to things and I'm like, oh my God, I just met this person. And the trajectory of my life changed. Right. So that can happen at an event. That's all.
All right.
Don't be regular.
Good preamble.
Yeah.
How long are we in, Ari?
We're 21 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving life advice. Because guess what? You ain't Saudi Aramco that just made $48 billion in a quarter. Profit, not revenue. Profit.
Yeah.
Where's all that money going to go?
To the Live Golf Tour.
The Live Golf Tour. Delilah.
Yeah.
Where else it's going? Funds. A lot of funds.
I think World Cup. They probably have some great events.
Oh, man. Saudi's going to have great events at the...
Even though it's Qatar, but like, you know, they're going to figure it out. But like, yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It's truly amazing because when you look at a year earlier, they made $25 billion of profit in that quarter. This year, they made $48 billion.
Yeah, I think they're going to have their, I mean, we know they can do whatever they want at this point because they control oil and they can curry favor with whichever country they want because everyone needs more oil.
Yeah. And I think like to their credit, they actually do a lot for, you know, like, I don't know, like, diversifying. They know it's over.
They know it's going to be over in the next, you know, kind of 20, 30 years.
I think it's longer. I mean, think about it.
It's probably longer because
look, if our ship's going to be electric.
If Buffett's buying, you know, another 6% of Occidental petroleum, then you probably know that oil's going to be fine.
Yeah. It's just, we only think of it in the perspective of passenger cars. We're not thinking about airplanes. We're not thinking about ships. We're not thinking about trains. We're not thinking about all these other places. So,
I think they're fine. I mean, they're building so much shit in Saudi. I mean, we know a lot of friends with the restaurant concepts that are getting curried, you know, over there, and like they're going to be. They're trying to change the kind of image of the country with all these different venues and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, would you be shocked if there's a Delilah in Saudi in 5 years?
No, of course there will be.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll go.
You would.
Jeddah?
If you were in the plane?
Like they had a plane going?
Yeah. If Delilah had a plane, you're not going to go.
They don't have alcohol there. You know that, right?
No, that's the secret.
What's the secret?
Alcohol is available for all these people.
MBS is having a sip of
100%.
wine.
You can, if you are in one of these like venues,
elitist.
Yeah, you can drink whatever you want.
Huh?
There's not gonna be a Delilah with tea.
Spicy Sienna with tea.
There's no tea. No, there's absolutely alcohol in Saudi. I know many friends that have been there.
I know that, like, of course, there's alcohol. But if you go out to a restaurant...
So, all right. So, I mean, I don't want to... And who the fuck cares? They're not my friends. The Discovery Property people, they're building shit out there.
Yeah. But that's not like a restaurant in the public. It's a private golf club, right? That's different. I'm talking about you go to the neighborhood restaurant. You're not getting alcohol in Jeddah.
No, I think it's changing. They have all the artists that perform. They're all drinking. They're all doing drugs.
They're indefinite. Well, 56 nights.
No, I have pretty good intel that these people are all fine.
Who is it got Metro Boomin? Not Metro Boomin. What was the other guy?
Yeah, DJ Esco got 56 nights for
Dubai. Weed, right?
Yeah, that's 5 years ago. Things have changed.
Okay. We'll see. Well, they have the money to build whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
I did see their plans for their new city. It looks amazing.
One? The one that's like
super long.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's dope. And like you could just fly to the other side of the city in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I mean, look, I'm sure it's hot out there. So this, solar works. I'll give them credit for this. I know they're backwards on a lot of human rights issues. They're trying, at least. They're trying from a technology standpoint to push forward. They're not blind to the fact that days are numbered in some horizon. So they're making the investments to kind of overcome that. So,
yeah, it's good.
All right. Here's a really interesting article I read. Chinese factory orders are starting to really, really shrink. So there's an article in Bloomberg that highlights 2 factories that are showing forward-looking orders. One is a zipper factory showing 30% down. And another is an accessory factory showing 50% down on orders. Chinese factories are usually a really, really good indication of demand. That's really, really bad that it's that much down. And I know it's not a full indication of what's going on, but like...
But how much do you think of that is companies just going to different regions because China's on this like zero COVID?
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't think it through that lens. So probably, I don't know, 20%, I would say is that. I do believe that is some of it. I can accept that. The problem is the rest of the world still can't make most of the stuff China can make.
Of course, they're the most efficient.
Yeah, and the real challenge is it's the stability, right? Like in Bangladesh, you could have floods and you literally won't get stuff for weeks on end. And in Vietnam and in other parts of Southeast Asia that I've looked in, the minimums are so high for categories like footwear and apparel because it's like, it's Nike. It's like the biggest in Vans. So they're set up for mass kind of manufacturing. Whereas in China, you could go on Alibaba and find someone to make like 150 pieces. 100 pieces. That is actually possible in China. That infrastructure is unbelievable. I think I was listening, was it on All In or one of those podcasts? Maybe it was All In or something else that said that the wage for a manufacturer in Mexico, a manufacturing worker is lower in Mexico than it is in China.
Right. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Which is such a huge opportunity for America to literally go into Mexico, invest the money.
Yeah, no, of course.
Because guess what? If we don't do it, like China went into Africa to basically build out the next generation of manufacturing. Like I actually believe Africa will be the future of manufacturing because all these Chinese people, Chinese government have gone in and spent the money to go set up the infrastructure. Mexico could be that for America, but we need Mexico to be stable. I don't know if you saw over the weekend what was happening in like Baja California with cartel violence and all of those things. That doesn't give American companies comfort in investing. So it's like, we as a country should work with Mexico to figure out, because it'll uplift them and help solve an enormous manufacturing issue that Americans have. So either way, it's a pretty interesting, great gauge of what we're going to see next year. Is there's clearly going to be a lot less inventory by spring of next year, and I think the demand is going to fall off a cliff, continue to fall off a cliff.
Right.
I don't think it's going to pick back up as quickly as people think. But I don't see because even if gas isn't plummeting, it's kind of stabilized now.
Yeah, I think the bigger point is basically like we should build manufacturing in Mexico.
Yeah.
Which is closer to
Yeah, I mean,
America.
Look, we have too much regulation in America to truly bring
back. Because you can go to Mexico and no unions.
Yeah.
Right? You have you can pay whatever the market cost is of what someone's willing to work.
Exactly. And then I think someone like a Tesla should go build a gigafactory there instead of California. California will never get built.
They will. I mean, some of our biggest t-shirt manufacturers, it's all done in Mexico.
Yeah. But I think we've done apparel. Like we need to move on to like other categories.
Right. More advanced stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like Mexico could be the chip manufacturing capital.
I mean, that's
of the world.
like the big thing, right? Like we should just invest like $100 billion
in Mexico. Forget America. Like Apple should go build a factory in Mexico and train the population.
I agree. No, I think it's very obvious. Like you should spend hundreds of billions of dollars, build a chip factory in Mexico.
Yeah.
And not rely on Taiwan.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like too difficult.
It's
and by the way,
simple.
I bet you,
and I think that's bipartisan. Like who would argue that?
And I bet you I bet you a lot of American talent would gladly relocate to Mexico to live in Mexico and operate that plant if they were given, the resources to security, all of those things.
Yeah, you live like a king.
Yeah. Like it's like the oil people Americans that moved out to the Middle East. Yeah. You know how many Americans work at Aramco?
Yeah, it's a compound.
Yeah.
There's a compound in Saudi Arabia where a bunch of Americans work for Saudi Aramco.
Yeah. And they apparently have great lives.
I mean, we've all seen it.
Where have we seen it? In the movies?
Yeah, movies.
Kingdom?
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
is...
Here's another really interesting stat. Online prices dipped down 1% year over year in July and 2% on a month-to-month basis, the first time in 25 consecutive months. So this is across all e-commerce. So the biggest decreases were in electronics, 9.3%. Toys dipped 8.2%. Book prices dropped 3.5%, jewelry 3.1%, apparel 1%. So all this like discretionary spending is clearly falling fast. Grocery, however, rose 13.4%. Pet products 12.6%. Home improvement 10.8%. And medical supplies 6.9%. The other big stat, shoppers spent $73.7 billion in July. And they spent $74 billion in June. And in May and April, they spent nearly $78 billion. So spending on e-commerce is dropping. Even though it feels like it's a modest percentage, that affects that. Right. It's like a big number. And I think there's no way that number looks good in August and September and so on and so forth. So that is affecting the prices of like the discretionary stuff. Unfortunately, groceries are just through the roof.
Yeah. So what's your kind of takeaway? It's basically like inflation's going to be down kind of modestly because groceries are so high.
I mean, yeah, I think that like that's e-commerce spending only. The problem is most of grocery is not happening online.
Yeah.
Most of spending in America still happens brick and mortar, and those prices are out of this world.
Yeah, I'm curious. I have a strong hunch that inflation's going to fall off a cliff the next month. I think people have stopped spending.
But the prices haven't dropped yet. So they have stopped spending, but the prices have not dropped. That's why I don't believe in inflation. What has dropped in price? I'll give you an example. we were planning to like go somewhere as a family, and we were like, we wanted to take the kids to the zoo in San Diego or wherever the hell it is. I don't know, some part down there.
Yeah.
And we were looking at a hotel in Carlsbad, which is like 30 minutes from the zoo. And I just put it on a kayak to notify me. And I saw the price drop in the last 2 weeks, $200 a night.
It's pretty significant.
It's very significant. And I finally booked it today, but I was like, whoa, that's a serious drop. So that is like...
So it's like 500 to 300 or 700 to 400?
It was like 900 to like 6 something. It's like 200 plus a night.
Okay.
But I was like shocked at like this is still in the summer. It's not like I'm booking it for October.
Yeah, that's my point. I think people are done spending.
I know, but we're not seeing it enough. Like
it's gonna happen. Like groceries.
We went to Nobu yesterday, Brian and I, with our wives. It was the most expensive dinner I've had.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
They did not drop their prices, and they don't even have a main dining room.
That doesn't count. Nobu doesn't count.
It counts to me.
No, if you went to Cheesecake Factory and you told me that, I'd be like,
I think
okay.
Cheesecake Factory is charging crazy prices right now.
Yeah, but Nobu doesn't count.
Food menu prices are going to take a long time to decrease.
Yeah, that's fine, but you're going to the most expensive restaurants in the world.
But
like Nobu Los Angeles is probably one of, I'd say, top 0.01% expensive places in the world.
Maybe Malibu is more.
Yeah, but 0.01. I'm saying it falls in the category.
Yeah,
I've been there. Like you can go there and have 2 drinks and it's $400.
Yeah. It was more. I think we literally had 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Interesting. But I just don't see prices dropping anywhere yet.
No, I don't think price. That's the point. It's like
inflation, the price has to drop.
It'll drop. Inflation's over. Like everyone needs to stop talking about it.
No, I mean, you have to see meaningful price drop.
Watch the next print. We'll be in the 7s.
The problem is there's no print till September. So that's good.
Yeah.
There's no print
September
in August.
10th. Be my birthday.
I mean, there's
print.
no Fed meeting in August.
Yeah, they do it my birthday, I think.
The print?
Yeah, I think it is. Okay. September 10th, September 11th.
Could be a good birthday at that birthday.
I'll be in London, so we can do a Europe print.
Well, hopefully for you, the pound collapses. Interesting. Here's another thing. This is another inflation problem. There is a tomato crisis in California, and it has nothing to do with traditional inflationary issues. Actually, kind of does. The biggest issue is the drought. The cost of growing tomatoes has gone up like almost 100%. And water is the biggest reason because we don't have any. And the cost of water or even access to it is causing the biggest kind of inflation. The other obviously are labor and other expenses going toward it. But like these farmers on Bloomberg, they were talking to them. It doesn't look like we're going to have like tomatoes really soon. I mean, I don't know. Water is just not solvable. We blew it as California. We blew it on the water.
In what sense?
We let water run off. Gavin Newsom I read an article. The head of the water of California.
He might be our next president.
He's a fucking moron. He's a moron. I read the guy that was running the drought program for California quit. He left.
Yeah, I don't know enough about this, but yeah, I mean,
we've had a drought since I've been born. What are these guys doing? You knew in the 80s we had no water. These politicians in California, when it comes to this particular topic, are the biggest idiots ever. Every year there's a drought. Do you know pretty soon, this is what's going to happen in California. You're gonna ready for this?
What's the solution?
You can
though?
flush your toilet once a day. Okay, you have to let it shit, piss, everything pile up, and then at 7 p.m. you could flush your toilet.
But what's your solution? Sorry.
We haven't made any investments in figuring out. There's technological solutions to figure out drought. 100% there are. We have not made those investments. We just haven't. When we had excess water, the few years we did, they literally let it ran off.
Yeah, I mean, I
we're just gonna die. It's just we have no water. Is dead. These guys gave up.
don't know. Climate change is crazy.
Climate change, climate change. Find someone to figure it out. I just can't believe you just can't accept that. Oh, it's climate change. Oh, so they're just gonna dinosaur. We're just gonna be extinct.
We might.
We need to let Elon be governor of California.
I mean, I don't know.
I just can't accept there's a drought. We're not having salsa anymore.
You want spaghetti sauce?
I care more about salsa than I do about spaghetti sauce. I will eat white sauce forever.
Which kind of salsa?
Just like any salsa.
Picante?
What's in Tapatio? If it's tomato, I'm fucked. I'm going to go buy 500 bottles this weekend.
I don't know.
So I have it. I can live without pizza. Fuck.
Yeah, you can eat pizza.
What if California can't have pizza anymore? Because these morons can't figure out the drought. When I was driving through California to Carmel, I couldn't believe how many people, all the farmers on the highway, Gavin Newsom ruined California. We have no water. Trump 24. Trump 24. Water, water, water. Trump 24.
And he's one of the top 3 candidates for the Democratic Party.
That's our best dude?
Yeah.
We don't got nobody else?
I don't think so.
Just why? Because he's tall and white and he has slick back hair?
Good-looking guy.
What?
Good-looking guy.
I mean, I get it. Tall, white. It's a safe bet.
Gray hair.
Great hair.
You want a president with gray hair?
Yeah, I mean, has there ever been a bald president in the TV era?
I mean, Biden's probably the closest, right?
I didn't even know he's bald. He looks kind of like he has hair for me.
Yeah, he's hair.
In the TV era, I can't think of a bald president.
Even Trump had hair.
Gray hair. I mean, obviously the toupee, but whatever. Yeah. It looks good.
Eisenhower was pretty bald. I mean, he had hair,
that
but
was
Eisenhower
really
was a
old.
little bald.
Who had TV then? Eisenhower. I don't even know.
You talk Carter, Reagan.
Reagan had great hair. Bush had great hair. Obama had great hair. Bill Clinton had great hair.
Yeah. You need hair.
You need hair.
I mean, Newsom might be our guy.
I mean, that guy's going to flush all the water out of this country. There'll be no farms, no tomatoes.
Let's go to Salman Rushdie. I think that's a really important topic.
Okay, so Salman Rushdie, very famed writer that wrote a book called The Satanic Verses, was walking around New York City on his way to a lecture.
He was actually on the lecture.
He was already at the lecture?
Yeah. He was on stage.
Oh, wow. And got stabbed.
Stabbed 10 to 15 times. And Salman Rushdie, who in 1989 wrote a book that the Ayatollah of Iran at the time, and currently still, it's been transitioned, don't know if it's the same person, said that you have a fatwa on him, meaning you have to kill him. And you have a $3 million purse.
Yeah.
And, Salman Rushdie is someone that I've read and listened to on numerous interviews on Charlie Rose. He was a regular guest on Charlie Rose, and very smart guy, and just kind of, speaks from the hip, and he's a very smart dude. And this is scary.
Well, to give people background, he obviously pissed off radical Islamist years ago.
Yeah, but he pissed them off in 1989. We're 2022.
Fatwas for life, bro.
My point is, I think we're in a very dangerous point where in 2022, this is okay to do.
Well, I mean, to that point, someone went to go shoot up the FBI in Cincinnati. Someone tried to shoot up the Capitol Hill this week. They committed suicide, and I think the car crashed.
Yeah,
and burned.
we're in a fucked up society.
Yeah, the problem is this is actually a function of both sides, where we just let everyone do whatever the fuck they want, and unfortunately, you need boundaries, you need rules, and people need to follow them. And we're not that country anymore. Everyone has so much freedom to do whatever the fuck they want and say whatever they want and do whatever they want. And so we accept that, because if you go and say, oh, like, we can't allow people to stab people on stage, some psychopath will say, that's not America. You should be able to do whatever you want. And that's the problem, is that, like, even there were so many things. I wanted to watch a movie yesterday, or the day before, Friday. So I go to Prime Video and I go see A League of Their Own, which childhood, incredible movie in our childhood.
No crying in baseball.
No crying in baseball. Like, incredible movie. Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, Tom Hanks. Just a great, like, feel good movie. I never read the reviews of anything, but this movie had 1 star.
League of Their Own?
1 star on Amazon. So I was like, 1 star is like fucking terrible.
Right.
So I go read it. And it was a bunch of people saying, why did they take this beautiful story? And everyone's like, I'm not homophobic, I'm not this, but like it was sexualized. And I don't know if it was lesbian. Well, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. Or the TV show.
I've seen the movie many times.
The new version. Okay. There's a new edition on Prime that put out. They spent a ton of money on it. But the problem is that, like, everything we're doing right now as a society is so extreme on both sides that's just not where people are as society. Like,
well, social media isn't where people are, and people actually in their daily lives are where we actually are.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Very much in the middle. But even when it comes to content, like, we just have to, like, accept when we see extreme on both sides, because if we say anything, we are considered outcast, right, because we don't agree with whatever we see on the left or whatever we see on the right. We just be like, oh yeah, we're cool, we accept it. But, like, that's not how people feel. And if you go read the reviews in A League of Their Own, that is fucking America. And if I was running for president, I would read the reviews for A League of Their Own and build my policy based on that.
Well, I mean, we see it. You see the right. They know what America actually is.
Yeah, and then I see, like, someone posted, hey, I just signed up for Truth Social, and I just wanted to post the ads. And one of the ads was, like, a vaccine scanner. So if anyone around you, your friends or family that has the vaccine, it identifies them that they have it. The other one is called Patriotic Powder, where Obama would never want you to take this.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that they are peddling, it's the same thing that's happening on the left. It's just insanity.
I think the right's
and this
better.
is why.
No, the right's better at it. Sorry.
They're better marketers.
They're way better.
Yeah. He's like,
look at Clay Chavez.
Yeah.
He literally just gave up his entire, like, persona just to make sure that, he could be on Fox News every day.
Yeah. But my point is that, like, that's also driving these maniacs. It's driving, because what happens is you become so, like, ingrained.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot more of Cincinnati, unfortunately, right?
Like, and even the Capitol Hill. Like,
yeah, we're going to see a lot more January 6th, unfortunately. Like, yeah. It's bad.
The FBI is coming out and saying that there are insane amount of violent threats domestically after the Trump raid. Like, they obviously are searching message boards. They have technology to scrape the internet. They're putting it out publicly because they're actually scared.
I mean, there's no shortage of smart people that have warned about civil war.
Yeah. Civil war is crazy. Do I gotta get a gun?
What's that?
Do I gotta get a gun?
I mean, you don't know how to use it. What are you gonna do?
I might get an axe.
I think you just need security.
That's expensive. Security is so expensive.
All right. But, I mean, that might be the...
I just think we're in a very, like, interesting point that, like, we have to figure out how to, like, actually, like, one of the reasons why people voted for Joe Biden was to cool the temperature down.
And we haven't cooled anything.
It's hotter than ever. It's like global warming right now.
I mean, especially because of the raid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if they have to have something.
If they don't have something of significance, we're fucked.
We should all get guns.
What?
We should get guns.
Yes. I mean, at that point, you have to.
Yeah.
Because these guys are idiots. I just don't care. The right strategy with Trump was to just ignore him. You remember that time when he was off Twitter and there was no Truth Social?
I mean, he's bigger than ever.
Yeah. And we're helping him.
Yeah, but I mean, can you actually like...
But his Trumpism is never leaving now. It's ingrained in society. Do you know how many people have their families have been ruined because of politics on both sides?
A lot. But the comment right now is basically like he's either going to be in jail or he's going to be the president.
Yeah. I think if he's a president for 12 years.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's where we are as a society. He's
Banana
either
Republic.
going to jail.
That's what Will Cain said on Fox News. It's a banana republic. He meant it from another way, but
Will Cain's a fucking clown. But give me a break.
It is a banana republic.
Yeah. Will Cain, like, you were bad at sports. You're even worse at politics.
I don't know. He's got the Tucker Carlson backup spot.
Yeah, no, that's what he's doing. He's the next Tucker.
That's a good gig.
Yeah, he's going to make a lot of money, but he's still a loser.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying. We judge everyone in society in America about money. Nothing else.
Will Cain's going to make a lot of money. So I'm not doubting that.
All right, we're going to move on to our last topic, something light. I don't know if you've been on TikTok lately, there's something that's gone. So I got served one video. And then I got into this whole wormhole of Alabama Rush. So if you didn't go to college, you don't know what Rush is. But Rush is when you kind of pledge to go to a sorority or fraternity. And in the South, I guess it's a big deal because Bama Rush on TikTok is a phenomenon. Hot. And I ended up reading an article that Vice is coming out with a documentary about Bama Rush, which spooked the students and the school because God knows what is going to come out of that, right? Like, obviously, like a company like Vice is woke. They're going to say it's not inclusive. It's all white, whatever it is. There are plenty of sororities and fraternities for every group. I vividly remember at USC, if you were Asian, they had a group for you. If you were white, they had a group for you. If you had a black, you had a group for you. Yeah, there's groups for everyone. This, obviously, like fraternities and sororities are basically segregated to begin with, as we witnessed at USC. But this Bama Rush thing is hilarious. I ended up watching like 20 videos on TikTok. They're all doing some same dance to like, what song is that?
Javi, come on.
What's the song?
He knows.
Oh,
I've been served all of that.
Yeah, I get served it 100 times. But the point being is, I think it's fun. Like whatever, like rushing for a sorority, fraternity. I don't think fraternity no one cares about. They're just idiots. But like, I think sorority, like there's an experience about it that looks like it's interesting. And I don't know. I'm curious to see what Vice does. Because Vice is going to obviously paint a very dark picture.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I actually want to give a shout out to the Indians.
Okay.
So there's a Norwegian dance crew.
Oh, yeah.
That did a Bhangra dance that went viral. I think they had 50 million views.
They're not, I don't even think they're Indian.
No, they're white.
Yeah. They're not white either. They're Muslim.
Or whatever. They're like,
Yeah, they're Middle Eastern.
They're from Norway. I have no idea.
But they're all Muslim. I looked them all up. Yeah.
And that dance went fucking insane.
Yeah.
They had 50 million views last week. It's probably like 80 million at this point. I have no idea. And everyone's using that as a dance to use. It's a TikTok dance. So you have like all these like girls in college that are like dancing to Bhangra.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good for the fucking Indian guys in college right now. Because you were banned. Like when we were at college, like let's be real honest, we weren't allowed in any fraternity.
No.
We were told not to come in. We were told to get the fuck out.
Yeah. And
now you have all these like.
But if you're an Indian guy and you can't dance, then you're kind of screwed.
No, but you have to figure it out.
You have to learn how to dance.
Yeah.
If you're a young Indian male and you don't know how to do that dance, You're a loser.
Yeah, I agree. But this is your chance.
This is your chance. You need to learn that dance, and you should be just walking around parties doing that dance.
Because I think it's going on at every frat party.
I'm sure it's going everywhere.
Every frat party.
We were at a wedding. They played the song.
Yeah.
It was obviously an Indian wedding, but
yeah. But no, of course.
Yeah.
But imagine if you were the guy that knew how to do the dance.
Yeah.
You're the star.
Yeah. You got to know, like, young
moment.
Indians, I know you're studying your math and your computer science. Go learn this dance, and I think it'll have more impact on your life
100%.
than any piece of code. Imagine if you're just like going everywhere just doing that dance.
No, I think if you know how to do that dance, you're a star right now.
Yeah. It seems doable.
It's really easy.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's easy?
I think it's easy.
Go do it then.
I mean, I have no use for it.
But you said it's easy. Let's see you do it.
It's easy. I'll do it.
Okay. We'll post it on our TikTok, but you got to go do it. You fall to the ground, you do the thing.
Yeah, you fall to the ground,
you gotta do it.
all.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't you know that dance? They're like professional dancers.
Yeah, of course.
That's why it looks so
They're
good.
a dance crew.
Yeah, but I'm like
I
professionally.
mean, that's why.
Yeah,
I
they're
told
not
you.
like some like random kids that just did the dance.
No, but the ones that are now going viral are like shitty dancers.
Shitty versions of them. Yeah. Because those kids, I went on a wormhole on their Instagram. I was like,
they're real dancers.
Yeah. They've been famous.
Yeah. But now they're probably going to get booked for every rich Indian wedding.
Yeah, they'd be great for the Indian wedding circuit.
Yeah. Good for them.
Good for them. Great for them.
Shout out to Norway.
I'm probably never going to go there. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
All right. We're all done. We got a big shout out. We have a young man that's doing his MBA at UCLA. And his thesis is around doing some research in the e-commerce space. And he's looking for Kathys that work as product managers, site runners, site owners, or marketing. And he needs 30 minutes of your time. So if you're willing to give your time to your fellow Kathy, please DM N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, M as in Mary, E as in Eric, 14. That's NVME14 on Twitter. DM Nicholas and help him out. Because otherwise, he's just going to be another loser Bruin if he doesn't get this done. We know, we're not big UCLA guys here, but we want him to do well on his thesis here. So NVME14 on Twitter, DM him. I know there's a ton of e-commerce people here. Help the guy out. I mean, he's an MBA. He may come run your company one day, so hit him up.
Yeah.
All right, Kathys. Like I said, Thursday's our big event. You know the rules. Simple. Don't be annoying. Come out, 6 p.m., Santa Monica or Venice. We will see you all out there. Bye-bye.